What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wes Grant. You're watching Sub Urban Nerd. This is a channel where I give my nerd views on today's nerd news. Well, today's gonna be a little bit different because there's not so much nerd news, so I'm gonna just tell a little bit of gaming news at the end, a little bit of nerd news at the beginning. So the first topic is basically Benedict Cumberbatch has spoken about, his feelings or what he thinks of the Avengers Infinity Wars. And he basically goes on stating that the Avengers Infinity War movie is going to be taking all the storylines and pretty much wrapping them up. And he's just happy to be part of the MCU. And with the MCU, this is pretty much like a no-duh, because wrapping up, I believe that's what they're going to do, because this is the end of Phase 3, I believe. So they're going to be heading into Phase 4. There are already talks of, Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man's been talking a lot lately about, him. Initially, he was trying to step away, but then he went and did his movie on the side called, I believe it was The Judge, and it didn't do good. Didn't do good critically or anything, so he kind of went back to his cash cow, which is the Marvel movies. Because this guy, he's been making money. He has been making the most money out of all of them. Because every movie comes out, he pretty much makes about 50+ million. Because he's got points on the back end. So that's where the real money is. Like Patty Jenkins, like I said, getting that points on the back end. That's how you get that money. But yeah, and also Chris Evans talked about that. But so a lot of people are talks of maybe leaving. But hey, as far as I'm clearing house, they've got new people. They've got the Black Panther, which is Marvel Avengers. You got Miss Marvel that's gonna be coming out with her own movie. So yeah, the new Marvel Avengers, it could be a collaboration of a little bit, because I don't think they're gonna kill off all of them. Iron Man, I don't know. He's the main poster one. He's the one that sort of started the MCU, but don't really need him like that. Captain America, I think you probably need a little bit more. But there's been so many iterations of Avengers that don't have this whole slate, this whole crew, that it can go on without any of them. So, I think it would definitely be good. Benedict Cumberbatch, he's a great addition to it, and I'm sure, hell yeah, I'd be happy to be part of the MCU as well. So, it's nothing really new, but definitely looking at the movie, I could see the Avengers Infinity Wars rebooting, because if they, with Phase 4, Fantastic Four, that would be a great addition. If they could somehow work out some deal like Sony did with Marvel to get Spider-Man in their kind of MCU, if they could work something out with Fantastic Four, because with Fantastic Four comes a whole slate of things like Galactus and all these whole other things, universes. It opens it up. So I'm definitely got my fingers crossed that maybe they work something out and get Fantastic Four in the MCU, because I think they would do so much better with the whole storyline than what Fox has been doing with it lately. So, because that's who they really got to work with. Fox owns the rights to making movies for Fantastic Four, the X-Men. But with Fantastic Four, they've just been failing after time after time. It's just not good. The last one was just horrible. The first third was decent, but then it just went this whole other route that just no one liked. So definitely, I think Fantastic Four Phase 4 be a great thing. But let's see about that. Alright, next topic is basically, It. The It movie has, I already talked about how it's gone on to become the #1 horror flick of all time ever, making the most money in only 2 weekends. It's killed the record. There's no other horror flick I think it's going to catch up to, other than maybe It Part 2. But we'll see. But basically, it's got a set date. The set date is for September 2019. And the one thing about that is Andy Muschietti is not signed on yet. He's not it makes no sense. And this is Warner Brothers. So Warner Brothers, same thing with DC. The same people that didn't sign Patty Jenkins, the Wonder Woman director, for more than one film. And same thing they did here with It. And I don't know if it's maybe this lack of confidence. I don't know if maybe they're thinking with the Zack Snyder. But the thing with Zack Snyder is I don't think they signed him for multiple deals. He did Man of Steel. They just put him to do more of their movies. So that was their choice. There was no agreement. And the thing about a multi-film deal, that people don't realize, or that isn't realized, that they don't have to use them. It's like when they get an actor. When for Marvel, these superhero films, they sign up for multi-film deals, meaning that if they need you, if they want you, you have to come back and do it when they need you to do it. it doesn't mean they have to use you. Look at Terrence Howard, whatever, the dude from Empire, Lucius. He was Rhodey. He was in Iron Man, but because deals didn't work out, they got rid of him and brought up the other dude. So they don't need to use them. So I think it's stupid, because then in the other end, they have more leverage. And granted, what's it called? Andy Muschietti, he deserves the money. But I don't know if he deserves, the Wonder Woman, because Wonder Woman, Patty Jenkins, she got 7 to 9 million plus back end deals, sort of like what Tony Stark got or whatever. So she's definitely going to be making that money from now on. But as far as Andy, I don't believe he should be getting this much, because she did something. She took a franchise that was dying, that was in need of help and need of revigoration, and she took it, and no, not it, but she took Wonder Woman and pretty much gave people hope for the DCEU. Granted, Stephen King movies, not all of them have been good, but there have been some good ones. And it's been done by different studios, so, and initially Andy Muschietti wasn't even the first director that was supposed to do this movie. So, he did a great job, which I agree he did, and he definitely should get that money. So it's them being stupid for not signing him for multiple deals, because like I said, if you signed him for more than one, or at least 2 or 3, you don't have to use him for the second one. So that's dumb on you. Dumb on them. So, but the guy that the original screenwriter they're bringing back, Gary Duberman, he was already signed on to do this. He's already signed on, but Andy isn't signed on. So they're looking at the Wonder Woman deal with Patty Jenkins, and pretty much kind of work thing. Like I said, I don't think he deserves as much as she got, but he's definitely going to use some of that for leverage, because everyone loves it. It is breaking records, so definitely get that money. So that's pretty much it for the nerd news. So you guys notice this shirt I'm wearing. It's an Atari shirt. Well, if you didn't know, Atari's coming out with a semi-console. It's called the Atari Box, and it's coming out in late next spring, 2018. And it will cost between $249 to $299. And with this thing, it's pretty much going to be like a Fire Stick mixed with an Apple Box, because it's going to be able to, how do you say, it's going to be, basically it's going to come with tons of classic Atari games. And it's going to try and give you the full PC experience on the TV. So as far as you can pretty much go through browsers. It's going to have a customizable, easy to use interface that includes video games, like I said, video games and Atari classic games. Streaming services, multimedia like Facebook and all that, Instagram maybe, web browsing and more. So I'm thinking you're pretty much going to be able to do anything from it, like stream services, go to your Netflix, go to your Hulu, go to your Amazon. Plus you're going to be able to go online and then play the classic games if you want to, sort of I guess maybe the remote, or they're probably going to give you a miniature kind of remote, like say the Fire Stick remote, but put some kind of control analogs maybe, I don't know, because Atari games did not need a lot of buttons. It was pretty simple, 2 buttons, joystick, pretty much. But yeah, if you're interested, it might be something that might change the game. It might be something new, because like I said, imagine Fire Stick with classic Atari games and could stream all these things. Maybe you'll be able to get Cody or whatever on it as well. So let's look out for that, because I'm definitely interested a little, That's why I'm rocking an Atari shirt. So that's as far as I got information on that. And then the next one, anyone RIP PlayStation Vita, because if anyone, because I personally don't have one, Sony's basically talking how they're probably gonna cut it off with, they're not gonna, the Sony PlayStation Vita is probably the last handheld console they're gonna make, because with the handheld, the handheld market isn't what it used to be. It's not selling, it's not making the money, and they're gonna pretty much try and focus on the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation VR, because with our phones now, we've got our handheld game. The last time, what was it, back in 2015, Sony said they had no intentions to develop any titles. They weren't developing any titles weren't in development at all. So the PlayStation Plus gives most. If you guys wanted to get the PlayStation Vita, if you have PlayStation Plus and you have the Vita, pretty much all the launch games are on the thing for free. So all the games that were good, you can pretty much get a full library. If you got the Vita right now, you'd have a full library for free. And hey, it might work out. Maybe you can look to get that for someone for their holidays or something like that. But because they got full library with a game console, because it can't be that much anymore. You know what I'm saying? So it should be a decent price. It's not going to be what it was when it first came out, but hey, but RIP, because you know what? A lot of people still look forward to these handhelds. I don't know about the Sony one, but Sony's, you know, they're still pretty good, because Game Boy, I don't even know if they still make those. Especially with now they got the Switch. The Switch is pretty much like on the go. Like you got your console and you can take it and go on whenever you want. So as far as that, hey, so RIP with the Sony Vista and handheld games altogether, because I think it's gonna go away, because we've got our phones. Our phones have these great screens, and you can just do so much with it now. So why even bother spending that extra money to get a console when they could pretty much download it? The only one that maybe is Nintendo, because Nintendo doesn't like to do third party so much, so they always stick with their whole consoles. But Sony, like, it's pretty much ports of their games. Like, they put some of their PlayStation Vita games on the consoles. So it's like, if you're already doing that, there's no reason to really continue it. So you use that extra money, focus, just get those great games out, get those great get the consoles, you know, updates and all this stuff like that. So hey, that's all. But regardless, like I said, it's been fun giving you all the news. I know it's not a lot. I tried to give you as much as I can about different things, so hope you enjoy. Remember to subscribe, and yesterday's video of the news and nerd rundown is going to be over here. Remember to like, subscribe, and thank you. I'm Wes Grant. You've been watching Suburban Nerd, and you've just been nerdified. Catch you tomorrow.